In the UK, there's a bowl for every surface for the Henselite product. Here overseas, I use the Tiger 2 and I use the Dreamline XG purely because I love the grip and the arc that the bowl takes, and that's what makes me one of the best players in the world.
The Traralgon Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the Traralgon Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
The Morwell Bowling Club is your place for fun and food. Come and try bowls and make new friends. Have coffee or bring the family for lunch or dinner. The Morwell Bowling Club. Visit us today on Hazelwood Road.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. It's the Henselite Victorian Open for 2025. We're in men's triples action, sectional play. This is the third round of the day. I'm very, very happy to be bringing you the match that's just about to start. Players just completing their roll-up. My name's Tony Schivel, and joining me in commentary today is Glenn Seditis. Afternoon, Glennie.
Afternoon, Tone. What a day for it.
Yeah, an absolute ripper. Jack just going down there. That's Tony Schiavello. Recently been announced in the Australian over 60s team. Hardly looks anywhere near 60. He's leading up for the combination of Maxi Goldsmith in the middle pin. Ben Hubbard skipping one side of this equation, the other side, Lukey Hoskin, Cameron Keenan, Kevin Anderson. Promises to be a ripping match. Here we go, bowl number one.
Yeah. Obviously, round three games here. 2 rounds underway already. The first name side on the scoreboard, HOSKIN, Keenan, Anderson, won their first game 14-11 over the Ocean Grove combination of Shane Hafner, Alan Callow and Rod Brehort. In that same round one matchup, Tony, Max and Ben won 18-8 over Jim North, Stuart Pires and John Shell. Round two, Luke, Cam and Kevy came out with a 25-9 win over that John Shell combination, while at the same time Tony, Max and Ben had a one-shot loss to the Ocean Grove combination. What that means now is that with 2 wins and plus 19 shots, the combination of Luke, Cam and Kevin can afford to lose this game by up to 5 shots. Tony, Max and Ben need to win by 5 shots to bring that score back to level. If they win by 6 shots, they'll win the section.
There's certainly plenty still happening. It's one of the beautiful things about the Vic Open. And if you do happen to drop a game early, you just got to play your hardest. Try and make some margin. Give yourself an opportunity.
The thing with it is a plus 6 shot margin is not an overly difficult one to be able to chase in a game like this. Not like they have to go out with a task of winning by 15 or something like that to make the difference up. One side plus 19, the other plus 9. Can they halve that and bring it back to both finishing in the positives?
Yeah, so the game between Rod Brio and John Shell is on the rink next door, so we'll keep an eye on that.
It's Brio, is it? I've absolutely butchered that.
Definitely Brio. Nice opening bowl from Max, second bowl, I should say, for Maxi Goldsmith. He's got one of the better techniques going around, I reckon, Maxi. Smooth as you like, the left-hander. Modelled himself on the great Barry Lester. Yeah, lovely, lovely bowl from Cameron Keenan, in good form. Find himself at Champions Week in the singles, representing Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields. And we've seen plenty of Kev Anderson and Benny Hubbard before, so we know what they can do.
Holding a couple here for Kevin Anderson. Ben Hubbard, a nice little shot on the back end where he can just slide under that black and white bowl, but he's going to like to play the open forehand. Interesting. Green speed here sits at about 14.5 seconds. 14.5 to 15. Very playable. A lot of carpets have draw or drive tendencies.
Keenan still saying 2.
This is one where you can play every shot in the book. Sometimes it can be hard to play those, 6 to 10 feet shots on a carpet green, but no worries with that on this surface. And I don't think we'll see any worries with this today with bowlers of this calibre on the stream right now. Just inquiring about the angles on the possibility of a kill. Trying to get that jack down the line. Max owns the deepest bowl on the rink, on the side that the jack is more likely to go. But electing to just draw under his own bowl.
Just a touch, either quick or high, depending which way you look at it. It certainly wasn't quick, just a touch high. So still a couple. Kevin Anderson has the opportunity to add a little gravy. Doesn't need to change too much from his first, that's for sure. Rolls his own bowl up is good.
Just around his own to Cam.
Just as good. Lovely draw bowling, Kevin Anderson. Right in front. Thought I'd get a bit of a smile out of him.
He is one of my favourite players to be able to commentate, Tone. He gives us plenty. Has a chat with us, tells us what he's thinking.
And he is quick as you like on the mat, and quick as you like with his wit. He is a very, very funny man, is Kevin Anderson.
Absolutely.
Dangerously funny, I reckon. That's what I'd say about Kev.
Of course. Through to the mixed pairs semi-finals with Cass Millerick.
Yeah, well, that's the other interesting part about Kev. Not the best bowler in his household.
Say that again.
His partner is the great Cass Millerick. Two of them both very, very accomplished. And they've got Swanee Wallage watching the Mayor of Moama. We'll be keeping an eye on what, in particular, Cam and Kev can do here. Nice opening draw bowl from Lukey Hoskin. Just a touch through, but bang on the centre line.
Lukey Hoskin in good touch at the moment. Got through to the quarterfinals in the men's pairs yesterday and had them on an absolute rope. Just ran into the Dean Curran and Thor Shannon combination that were playing unbelievable bowls. Played a couple of games on this indoor carpet yesterday and no doubt will adapt to the surface nice and quickly. I've taken on Mark Coleman's role of commentator's curse straight away, though. Apparently, he was all over it in the last game. Anytime he said something, we went with the exact opposite.
Speaking of Dean Curran, he's got a day off. Saying, "Afternoon, boys, loving a day off." Back, a day off? Who said you could have a day off? Get back here and play triples, please. Yeah, lovely correction from Tony Schiavello. Touch shy with his first, 1.5 or so. Next one, beautiful little touch-up, well played. Love for the Bendigo teammate from Sam Nemeth in our Facebook comments saying go Hoskin and team. And Warren Fair-Jones coming on regular, watching from Collie in WA. Where's Collie, Glenn?
Wouldn't have the faintest.
It's about 50 k's east of Bunbury.
Where's Bunbury, Tone?
About an hour and a half south of Perth. You're welcome.
All right, there's today's geography lesson.
Checked it on a map yesterday.
Is that why you asked me the question there? You just wanted to show off your newfound knowledge?
Correct.
look at you go.
Tick. All right, Cam Keenan.
Now, for those watching at home, the Hoskin, Keenan, Anderson combination have the black and green Moama rings on their bowl. Schiavello, Goldsmith and Hubbard with no rings on today.
It's a bit of a sort of contrast in styles. Both Cam Keenan and Kev Anderson have got very good weighted shots. Their opponents today probably more known for the draw. It's not to say they can't play up shots. Certainly Benny Hubbard has got all the shots in the book.
Yeah, Benny's had a big draw for as long as I've known him. Came up through juniors at the same time, very similar ages, and has always been adept at playing those weighted shots when required. Happy to pick the eyes out of a small target. Kevin Anderson not quite getting the borrow out of that hand that we've come to expect this week just then.
Not a bad effort here from Benny Hubbard though. Starting a couple already. It's 3.
Fair response to dropping 3 on the first end, I'll tell you that much. Kevy under a bit of pressure here. Changing heads. If he gets down to this jack, there is a trail there for 4, but I don't think he's going to on that high line.
Drop in and cut one out though.
Should do. Ben with a chance to repeat the dose from his first bowl.
That one's just a touch wide, so won't be any change there. I'll say this will be a couple. We'll just get confirmation whether it's 2 or 3. Confirmed as 2. The eyes are working well today. 2 ends gone of this 15-end match. It's the Light Victorian Open. Men's triples is the last of our sectional matches. 3 rounds of sections of 4 teams. The winner of each section progresses through to the knockout matches, which start tomorrow here on BVTV. 4 knockout rounds as we make our way through the day. Fantastic facility here at Traralgon Bowls Club. So I sit here, I can see the bistro. I can see 4 greens. It's a beautiful function room up the top. All the facilities you could possibly want. I'm a very proud host of the Victorian Open for the last few years. Nice start from Tony Schiavello, showing why he's been named in the Australian over 60s team. Touring over to Cyprus. I believe it's later this year.
HOSKIN with an impeccable line. Tony Schiavello looking good again here.
He's making it look very easy, isn't he? Maybe it is an easy game.
Could have fooled me.
It wasn't easy when I played pairs the other day.
Oh, you won 2 games.
Yeah, we snuck over the line in 2.
Heard the story about how big is this fish with the chance at winning 3.
Yeah, we're a little bit stiff. Anyway, part of the deal. Got to learn to lose before you learn to win.
Can relate to that. Feeling the same after our knockout game in the pairs. Good areas here from Max. Just a matter of whether he's going to turn underneath that, which he will do with that lovely weight. 2 and a look. Keenan carrying a bit of pace, but is allowed to that head. That secures it as only the 2.
Already a high standard from these 2 stacked teams. Going to get there.
Oh, undisciplined, really.
Yeah, short bowl's no good at all, Maxi Goldsmith. That one's at least 5 or 6 inches short. Cam just a touch high through that one, so no change. Jacob Cartwright, speaking of superstars, he's in the chat asking how's our day going so far. Well, it's all the better for seeing you comment on our Facebook stream, Jacob. We can't complain here, to be honest. We've got talent galore to watch. We mentioned Tony Chiavello has been named in the over 60s Australian team. He's not the only Victorian. Chris Young is also in there.
Gun.
And then the dynamic duo of Claire Sanders and Anne Miles rounding out the Victorian contingents. All those players have been stalwarts of the Victorian scene for many, many years.
No doubt all of them playing at the over 60s carnival, Tone.
I'm sure they
Chris
will
Young's
be.
cleaned up there last year.
Yeah, he'll be defending his singles championship, that's for sure. And Mickey West saying should be a great game. He's going for Big Kev now. Mick West is one of the best tipsters going around. So
I did ask him in the first game of the day what his tip was while we were talking about the little staff tipping comp that we've gone on. And of course he went with his Ocean Grove boys, and it's not gone too well there for them today.
they've had a
Bit
bit
of
of
an
a tough
upset.
day, haven't they? But he's got to go for his club mates. I think
Yeah.
that's what all good clubmen like Mick West do.
Absolutely.
So both scoopers still with 1 bowl to come. Still the Hubber rink holding a couple.
Interesting to see what Ben Hubbard does here. There is a shot if he wants to try and land the black and white bowl of Luke Hoskins to sit it and stay for a handful. Obviously, they need a 5-shot win in this game to give them a chance at the section. If they win by 6, then they would feel pretty confident about being able to get through. But he's just on that dead draw late.
Kevy stay the same, I presume. Doesn't have to change too much.
Cold draw it up to that bowl of Max's. Looks an interesting line. Asking for it to get under.
Oh, great effort. Couple of shots.
2 or 3?
Well, it looked like 3 fingers, but that doesn't make any sense to me, does it?
No, the 2 bowls behind, plus I think
And
Kevy's
do you
turned
reckon
up
the
the
front
front
one,
one
yeah?
of Max. We'll see on the scoreboard momentarily.
Bradley Lancaster on the Facebook comments. He's a little
3
bit
shots
jealous of these
confirmed.
guys. He's at work while they're all playing bowls. Wow. Brad, take some time off. You can't work all the time, my friend. All work and no play makes for a dull life, as they say. Thank you for your kind words, Ian Crawford. It's very easy to provide good coverage when you've got good bowlers, and we've got ample of that today. Tony Chiavello, I don't think has missed.
Yes, leading very well.
Yep.
I will say he's playing in the singles against one of my best mates, Ryan Bedgegood, and I'm a bit worried for Ryan now. Very good player in his own right, but if Tony's going to put on this display with 2 bowls, wait and see him with 4.
Yeah. Jay Tipworth asking what bowls does Kevy use? They're a Taylor GTR from memory.
Yes, and green and white GTRs.
The unusual green and white halved colours, halved the other way. So on the vertical axis, if that makes sense, as the bowl's travelling down.
So he's using those. Tony's using an Aero Curve T8.
Oh, there you go.
some comments before about found them on Temu, because they're certainly an imported bowl and things like that. Not many of them are running around Australian greens.
No.
And the other 4 players all using the best product of our major sponsor of this Victorian Open, that Henselite XG.
Yeah, terrific bowls made by Henselite. Quality company, been around for years and years and years. Luke Hoskin with a couple of seconds. Tony Schiavello still holding shot. Just finding a gap is Maxi Goldsmith. Yeah, that's the harsh reality for many of us, isn't it, Danny? On YouTube, so unfortunately life's just too expensive, so a dull life is all we can do at the moment. So keep trying to win the lotto. That's my financial plan.
Or wait for Robin to win the lotto so you can have $1 million of it.
Yeah, correct. I made an excellent deal with a colleague that if she ever wins a lot of money, she's got to give me $1 million. Seems like a fair deal to me.
I certainly see it working well for you.
That's all that matters. So the Hubba Rink still holding shot. Likely 3 seconds to the Anderson Rink.
Certainly the start that Tony Schiavello, Max Goldsmith and Ben Hubba would have wanted. Of course, sitting at +9 shots on the ladder. The Anderson combination of +19 to force a tie in the section with 2 wins and 1 loss. The Hubba Rink needing a 5-shot win to go to percentage count back, or a 6-shot win to get up on shots up.
What's the shot here for Benny Hubba, Glenn? Trying to get something back?
I think it's
Not
just a
crazy
draw.
back, but
Anything
football.
around the black and white of Luke Hoskin will finish in a good area. If you can find the gap between that and Max's 2 shades of blue bowl, something exactly like what he's done.
Yeah, nice bowling, Benjamin Hubba.
That's about all he could have asked for out of that. Kev now needs to go big weight if he wants to get anything right through. He's got Cam Keenan's orange and blue bowl down at T weight. Luke through the white might work as well. Of course, if Kevin Anderson can pick the gap underneath the black and white bowl, can get the edge of Tony Schiavello's bowl out clean, that would be worth possibly as many as 3, depending on what happens with Ben Hubba's last bowl behind. Ben Hubba no doubt trying to drop a foot on his last bowl. See if he can add a second and make Kevin Anderson's life more difficult. Needs
Just got to get around the duo, Henselite XG duo. Doesn't quite. Still holding one though.
He gets a backhand drive at the edge of the orange and blue bowl now. If he can play that through the white speckled bowl of Tony Schiavello cleanly, he'll be left sitting with 1 or 2. If it does take the jack down the line, they do have the best backward placed bowl on the tee. Of course, dead ends replayed at this Victorian Open. So, with every game timed, we are able to replay the ends.
Touch more weight, still not big weight for Kevin. Nope. One more to the rink of Ben Hubba. That's 3 ends in a row. They now lead 6-3. We're 4 ends through this match. A couple of Facebook comments. Afternoon, Brendan Elliott. Nice to see you watching. Ian Crawford asking for a score for the Rosanna trio. It's Dan, Alan Mason and Rodney Kerrison. I can see them. They're out in the back green. There's a 4-1 on one scoreboard. That's kind of not that useful for you, Croft, because I don't know whether that's their scoreboard. They're a long way away, but we'll try and chase one up.
Tell you what, Troy, you have been, Tony, you have been eating your carrots. There is no way I could see that number from here.
I am a bespectacled human. So that is kind of like cheating. I couldn't even tell if there are players out there if I took my specs off.
I suppose I can, like if I was to guess, 4 might have been one of the numbers on that.
Yeah, 4-1 after
And the 1
4
makes
ends
sense.
is definitely what it is. And they're in a tough section. They did come up against Vincenzo McElwain, Nathan Black and Craig Mills in the last round, so they have had a bit of a tough day, the Rosanna boys. But kudos to them for being here and trying.
I mean, that scoreboard is at least 100 metres away.
Yep. Probably more than that.
Well, 40 metres of bowl green,
Another
cut between
40
them,
of
another 40.
Yeah.
Probably
Another 20 of this one. Bit in between.
About
I'd say it's 800 metres away.
About 10.2 seconds for Gout. Except maybe the windows in the middle could cause a bit of an issue for him.
Tony Chiavello is putting on an absolute display. Absolutely brilliant, as Benny Hubber says. Afternoon, Kevin Nemeth. Certainly happy that Lukey Hoskin is representing the Royals. Of course, that's Bendigo Bowls Club. And the King of Bowls, Dave Donaldson, saying early pressure in 2-bowl triples is more important. Tony Chiavello's eating the kitten, spot on. It's often underestimated by many, the amount of pressure you can put on as a lead who's on song. Just puts every other position under pressure. All of a sudden they start playing shots.
Talked about it earlier on in the day with Troy, Tony, that 2-bowl triples, that adjustment to only 2 bowls after playing with 3 throughout the week with the mixed pairs and the pairs competition so far is a fair adjustment.
We don't make
Very
it easy,
cut,
do we?
No,
we
no,
could at
very
least step from
cutthroat
4 to 3 to 2, but no, we go 3 to 2 to 4 just to really mix everyone up. Cam Keenan does have a very good weighted shot on him. Edges one bowl out. You see this one just halves the outside bowl of Tony Chiavello. It sits out the shot bowl clean, but then rests back in its place.
Cutthroat with those 2 bowls each. In those pairs combinations, you can have a lead that's on, but your lead can play 2 bowls, play a shot with his 3rd, and having a skip that's got 3 attempts at it, a lot of the time they'll be more than able to adjust where required when under the pump.
Yeah, you are not wrong, Glenn. The only reason you might be a little bit wrong there is when it's me in a team. My skipper, Smirchy, still wanted me to have far more than 3 bowls.
Is that because you needed more than 3 bowls? Or
3. He wanted me to have about 8 or 9. I was wondering if I couldn't just change the odd rule to help. Is Cam Keenan going to get the jack back? He is. Lovely bowling. So plays with a good bit of weight. Upsets it slightly, makes the jack open, and just sits it through.
Now, how did that conversation go? Do you happen to know the CEO of Bowls Victoria so we can get some rule changes through or anything like that? Or?
It was a little more. It was a little more threatening. Are you any bleeping good at your job? If you can't do that, why don't you at least change the rule? Something like that. My mate Smirchy. I did have a bit of a fun day. It's a very long conversation, but I managed to con the person that does the scoreboards more well to change his name on the scoreboard.
It's certainly fun to have a little bit of play at this Victorian Open. It can be a long week down here. Of course, 10 days of play going on, breaking up with some bowls in between.
Yeah, why not?
Certainly a nice little rest for the mental health.
Yeah, much needed at times. Kev just not quite sneaking through.
Probably done enough to... Oh, no, not really.
No,
With
still
where
one
Ben
down.
Hubbard's...
back bowler Benny Hubbers is just shot.
Another forehand draw here for Ben. It does not feel like it. We've flown through this game.
Well, that's the thing when you've got good games, good players, exciting. The time flies when you're having fun.
End of this end, we'll be having a double
Another
change up on the
bowl
comms.
here. In for a second. Benny Hubbard bowling well.
Well, they need a 5-shot win, and if this stays as it is, they'll already be 5 up a third of the way through the game.
So just a little bit of weight to try and promote some of these front bowls from Kevin Anderson. Not going to come back from there. And thankfully for him, doesn't touch a Maxi Goldsmith bowl. So no change. We'll call that 2 shots. That's 4 ends on the trot to the Hubbard triple. 5 ends gone. Afternoon to Jeff Briggs, who's watching from Bendigo, supporting Lukey Hoskin and his team.
And with that, we've got time for the double change. Welcoming back in, Troy and Mark.
Thanks, boys. Enjoy the game.
Afternoon, Mark.
How are you, Troy?
Yeah, going well. Going well. Yourself?
Very good. Can't complain watching bowls
No,
all
that's
day,
it.
can you?
Yeah, well, I've been busy trying to fill. We've had a few withdrawals in singles, so I've been busy trying to fill those, and I haven't been able to watch much bowls. But I do get the pleasure to watch what's looking like a cracking game. The Hubbard Skip Rink, though, are out to an early lead, which they need to do. So they need to win this by 5 to tie it up with Kev, or 6 to go past them. And then it would depend on the rink next door, the Brio rink, who are 8-4 down after 5. So at the moment, things are going in Benny Hubbard's favour, but plenty still to play out.
Yep, and Tony's put 2 good starters in.
Sure has.
Should be used to this rink, been on it yesterday.
Yeah, and he led really well on it yesterday.
Lukey got the legs.
Yeah, just needs to get back. He's played it well. What a shot. Nothing, no easy path into the jack there. He had to avoid those 2-shot bowls.
Max just looking at getting around it, down to that shot bowl, and he's not far away at all.
Oh, he's played this
Just
well.
He got around it, or onto Tony's as a bonus.
It was on its running surface. Yeah, that blocks the forehand up for Cam. Forces him to play backhand, which he's got to get round that front bowler Luke's. So even if he can get something in the head or just past the jack, it'd be handy.
Yeah, it just doesn't swing as much, that hand.
No, not
The
quite.
weight was good.
This is a really nice shot here for Max. Everything to gain from reaching.
His track looks good, Troy. Is he going to get down, though?
Oh, good effort. I love the home. Love where it's finished. That's a better one than his first, because he's got something waiting, and he had the weight that if his line was right, he would have achieved the objective.
And definitely Ben could be a lot more positive with his first. Cameron's probably trying to match that one.
Yeah, he's still just not getting down enough. It's handy there, handy there.
Yeah, so Ben's got a real positive shot through those 3 bowls. Could get that blue one, and it could push Luke's bowl out and could stay for 3 or 4.
Yeah, or he can actually get that Luke Hoskin bowl out clean.
Yeah, plenty of options as long as he reaches on that head, that side, on that forehand.
Yeah, he's playing it positively. Well, there's a few there that to come up. Oh, I think he's made shot out of it. Yes, he has. It's not easy for Kev. He's got one in the head, and all those bowls there just in front of the jack are all away.
Gone hard.
That'll fix it.
No muck around. They were talking, and then a bowl comes flying down.
When in doubt, whack it. You look and go, oh, was that high risk, you know, with one bowl in the head? But even if he plays it with soft weight, he could still be worse off. So
yes. Yep.
That was probably the easiest shot. Just get up, through it, restart. It's one of the beauties of this year's Henselite Victorian Open is all dead ends are respotted. Are not respotted, are replayed. So that gives an advantage then that they can restart, reset, and get back on the job.
Yeah, just gives everyone a chance to play those positive shots, get the outcome of kill the end, restart, and a chance to either get back in the game or get further away.
Yeah, rewards good drives, and sometimes the respot, you might have deliberately put one there, so it was a good tactic, but sometimes it's a poorly weighted bowl that ends up there, and that's the one that ends up as shot. Another good opener from Tony. He's thereabouts.
Again, like yesterday. Bit of deja vu for him.
Yeah, he loves this rink. If you're going to missing a metre past on the line is a good place to miss.
Tony got similar track. Just a bit heavier, just going round to match Luke's bowl.
Yeah, that's handy. Might run into the jack here. Little touch on it would be handy. It's a good bowl. 4 pretty handy leaders bowls there. Stephen Rowdy Arthur is tuning in. Dulcet tones of Mark Coleman.
Oh, Rowdy.
Everyone knows Rowdy.
Settle down, Rowdy. Haven't you got work to do?
Should do. Should be a busy man. Down there at, is it Portland?
Yep, Portland Memorial, yep. A nice blue surface with a brand new roof.
Beautiful. Right on the water, isn't it?
Yep.
Beautiful. Yeah, very good, Max.
Very
He's
good
drawn the
bowl.
shot
Yep.
on what I decided this morning I've called the Nathan Black hand.
Okay.
People have struggled on that side. Nathan Black had it on a string this morning. Oh, pretty good effort here from Cam. Just lacking a foot or two. Might force the change, yeah. That's Tony's bowl on the way in. Left-hander Max on his forehand. He's nailed the weight with the first.
Yeah, a lot of advantages for him here. He gets to turn his blue bowl in, or he splits them both. And
Just needs to get a roll out of it. Or get past, it's good. Yeah, well played.
Yep.
2 really good shots. And considering he's changed hands and played one on either side, that's good bowls.
Cam just needs 2 feet. If he's slightly under, he could sit the blue as well.
He's close. I think he's going to do just that, Mark. A little touch off the white. Well played. Benny Hubber won't be disappointed though. He's got a nice shot on there on the forehand. Land the bowl, trail the jack there. Sort of 50-50 at the back there.
Yeah, it did show signs that he was going to play his forehand down there. Talking to Max, saying forehand looks good for him. He's watching it closely.
There's a good reason for that, Mark. He's going to get this without the jack, is he? Or just runs into the white.
Oh, he's still almost got it.
Wait for the... Cam favours them for shot. And for those who have seen plenty of Kev, he doesn't waste any time on the mat.
I think Kev would probably need another one in the head there, Troy, or is he around the back? Because I don't think Ben's going to be short with his next one.
Gives him the back bolt. Yeah, Ben.
You can push that blue onto the one with the orange on. Could make threes, maybe four.
Could make 5 if he stays,
That's
depending
right,
if
could
that,
be.
depending whether that one of the blue ones goes out or whether it, if he can get that out clean. He can play this on either hand, doesn't matter. Staying on the forehand, he wasn't far away with the first. Needs to get down. That's an opposition bowl there.
Bowl.
Could be,
be
oh no, still just the one.
Just the one, yep.
Looked close between Tony's and Luke's, but Max indicating 1 down. Kev with the final bowl at the end here. Yeah, round the blue. If he could get back to Luke's on the forehand. Turn it once. Surely that brings his other one in and makes 3.
Yep, and a lot safer. Shouldn't give it away. I had the commentator's curse last game, Troy.
did you?
Every time I said something would go wrong
Pear-shaped.
for them. Yes.
Did they ask you to depart the...
No, lucky they weren't listening while they were playing.
Not quite, but they'll take the 1. Stops the run of 4 ends and 8 shots in a row to the Hubber rink.
Now got a discussion, all 3 players seeing what length they want to play.
Yeah, given that they've lost the last 8 shots, they probably need to refocus and reset things, don't they?
Yep. All right, back.
So the rink next door, the rink skipped by John Shell is 8, and the rink skipped by Briho is 6 after 6 ends. Afternoon to you too, Brendan. Yeah, all our games have been fantastic. Credit to Terrelgan for such a fantastic surface, and credit to the standard of players that we've got on the rink. As we see Luke Hoskin, I think after 1 bowl, they've chosen the right length.
Yes, I think so. It's the length he wanted.
Yeah. Wonder if Kev just said, you pick it where you think you can get close, you set it up for us. That's exactly what he's done. Just needing to run.
Yep.
Not
Run.
only a foot or so.
Yeah.
It's a good effort. Ideally, Luke would like to get a bowl, maybe another foot past. It's a bit wider.
Well, his weight was good again.
So if you're just tuning in, round 3 match, sectional play, Henselite Victorian Open, men's triples, 2-bowl triples. The rink skipped by Kevin Anderson, 2 wins plus 19, and the rink skipped by Ben Hubber, 1 win plus 9. So it's all to play for here as Tony Chiavello's just about drawn it.
Oh, it's a great switch of hands.
He's drawn it. Confirmed by Kev.
Cam. Building a pretty tight head here, Troy.
So 4 of the 5 are within a foot. Yeah, they're holding, so anything past the jack is good.
Max on his forehand. Trying to get just around the back, and it looks like he's done it beautifully.
It's nearly going to count here, Mark.
Yep. Oh, great spot. So another one that's 5 inside a foot.
5 inside a foot. What a standard. Cam needs that Luke Hoskin bowl, but he's just under the line. Had beautiful weight. That's another one in that foot.
It is.
What an end.
So Max just drawing another one in. He's been asked to.
It's getting down. It's finished in a good home. It's got the only 2 bowls past the jack.
Yeah, Kev, he'll be trying to move something around.
Yeah, he wants Luke's bowl.
Yep.
Get Luke's bowl, turn their bowl, the Tony Chiavello bowl out of the head. Just soft weight. Doesn't need a lot. Just got to make sure he's reaching though.
It's trying hard to get down.
Oh, good effort. That's another one in a foot, Mark.
Unbelievable bowling.
2, 4, 6, 7 out of 9. The worst bowl, or the furthest bowl away, is a metre past, which is very useful.
Ben just putting another good place. That is a great spot.
Yeah, that's the angle the jack's sort of going, isn't it?
Yep. So a lot of discussion on this one. There'll be a lot of discussion, but won't be much time on the mat, guaranteed.
Correct. The time is a little bit in the discussion, but mostly in the walk back to the mat.
Right. Yep.
Step on the mat, play it. Josh has got to be quick here or we won't even see him on the mat. Josh, our IT guru. And he's off. Bowler's played. Can get it off the inside of his last too.
He's on a similar line to his last.
Oh, he wants the outside of his.
Oh, what's it?
Oh, look at the weight. Played it perfect weight.
Yep.
So if he can just get to that Tony Chiavello bowl, it might turn Luke's out, bring Max's in and stay for 3. It'll have to be perfect, but it's possible.
Looking at the head, could be easily done with these guys with that head set up like this.
Such a good head.
He's watching it closely.
Don't think he's got the weight on this one, Mark.
Not quite.
One it is. We'll get the mat back.
Yep. So not much different placement in the mat. Just been on the jack roll, I'd say.
So just looking at shots for and against. So we're talking if it's 5, then they're level on shots. I still think well, that would give them 5 more against. So I think the 5, they win by 5, the Hubba Rink. I think based on percentage, that would put them ahead of Kevin Anderson. But then they're also got to keep an eye on the rink next door. Of course, if Kevin Anderson wins, doesn't matter what else happens because he gets his 3 wins.
And next door, currently John Chell is 12-6 ahead of Rob Brohart.
Brio. So that's a good result for...
Oh, they've just killed the end next door.
For the Hubba Rink, because the Rod Breho, the John Shell Rink hasn't won a game. So if they win, that takes Rod Breho out. So if that kept up like this, a 5-shot margin, I believe, will be enough to see the Ben Hubba Rink go through. So at the moment, if everything stays as it is, they're in on percentage.
And some other scores from inside. Tar is beating Kidd 8-5. Randall is beating McKay 9-3. Coleman versus Hutchison. Hutchison 6-5. Walker and Sharman. And that's Sharman 9-5. And I just can't see the other. Someone's rubbed their names off the scoreboard, so that makes it hard.
Cromie is up 9-8 over Harl. As we see, Luke Hoskin just missed his runner.
And I think that was Carroll versus Jones. And Carroll was on the left of the board, so hopefully that's right. So Carroll might be 9-8, but they've rubbed their names off.
That's a bit annoying, isn't it? 2 great openers again, Tony Chiavello. Max, I just want to tidy this up. It's a big target. Not going to.
Not widen it, and he has. We sort of framed it a bit now.
Yeah, so just arriving here for camp. We've seen a lot of bowls miss wide with weight here, so you want to keep it slightly on the tighter side.
Just going to duck late as well.
I think his line's good, but he's not, Kev wanted him to play a metre and he's not quite even reached Jack High, so I think it's more the weight than the line there. Another chance for Max to tidy this up. And if he misses, he gets past, so it's important for him to reach.
He's missed under also.
Yep.
Might have turned the fans on in here, have they, Troy? I think he'll make sure he'll reach with this one.
He's played this one better, Mark.
Yep.
He's played this extremely well.
Yeah.
Touch on both.
Still
Well
could be
played.
one down, but he's made it a lot better for Kev.
Yeah, that's a ripper. Either way, up or down, it's a ripper.
Yeah, it might be a nice draw for Ben on the ditch side of the rink, because we know it'll come back on that side.
Yeah.
Get between the blue ones. Yep, that's what he's lining up for.
That's his own bowls on the way in too. So
Yes.
if he turns that two-tone blue in, he won't be disappointed, but ideally around it. Might turn Tony's bowl.
Tony's bowl instead.
Up on that one? No.
Weird.
But blocks Kev's path to the shot bowl or second shot, whatever it is, but the bowl that he was trying to sit or beat.
Yeah, with that weight, it's not going to come down.
No.
No. I think Ben had really good weight with his one before. Just a fraction wider to get around that two-tone blue.
Yeah, and that weight that Kev plays indicates to me that he's down.
Yep.
So we think it's one shot to Tony Schiavello. That one out there's Max's too. Might, no, didn't get anything too nasty off that.
We don't get a lot of time to predict Kevy's bowl, do we? Watch him line up, we don't have much. Yep.
Can he get the jack? He's got the close bowl. Oh, he got too much of that short one. So it is another one to Benny Hubbard. So it takes percentage out of it if they win by 6.
That's right.
So it's anybody's game here. What an exciting way to finish today's play, Mark.
It will be been very good, David. For this game, Pidge was on fire.
Right.
In the game previously.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch any of that.
Driving, then dead drawing. It's amazing to watch. The opposition come off and said, they called it the Pidge show, they did.
He's in pretty good form, Pidge. Tony Schiavello again. Peppering this jack.
Oh. Yeah, that's a lovely start.
Yes. He must have had a pepper steak for dinner. He's got pepper coming out of his veins.
Luke's on a good track. It's not a bad starter either.
Yeah, he's putting pressure on Luke every end. But that's a great reply.
That's a very good reply.
This is why he leads in the Premier League, leads in the state over 60 side, and leads in the now newly created national over 60s side.
Now he's going to get.
Now he's going to
just land Luke's bowl.
Got a little bit of it. Finished in a great home. Tremendous leading.
Yeah, Luke doesn't have to change much either. He's got 1 second. Just add another one.
And again, you don't have to get shot as a lead. You just got to set it up for those coming past you. And he's got quality after him, so that's all he needs to do is set it up.
Yeah, not bad there either. Also, tuck around the corner would be nicely.
Sure would.
Work really well here. Or just get inside Luke's bowl.
Yep.
Put more pressure on, have 2 instead of 1.
Got good weight.
It's a good bowl, but
just gives another little option.
Yep.
Makes it look a little kinder.
Yeah, I don't think Cameron's far away.
No, he's got something. He's got exactly what he wanted. Well played. Tit for tat here. Can Max do the same back?
Get a little trail to the white ones, put pressure on, but can't really go too hard because Luke's got one perfectly placed at the back on the line. Nice, played this well.
He's got the hole, has he, Mark? Oh, he's missed the jack by a centimetre.
Yep.
Yeah, change of hands. Beat the Tony Schiavello bowl. If he gets slightly deeper than that, he covers the other 2. There's 3 away bowls right there. So it's just an important bowl to get in the area. Needs to run. Oh, he's online.
Left the door open for Ben Hubbard.
He has. Not someone you want to leave a door open for.
No.
Maybe if you're going for dinner or something, but not on a bowling green.
If he's bringing pizza to your place,
yeah,
leave the door open for sure.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be good like that. Warren, unsure why there's not an Australian novice title. We're only just going to be into our 2nd year of our state novice championships. So maybe other states will jump on board and could be something that could happen at some point.
Line was good. Probably played it that metre too heavy.
Do you think Kev can still get around that last bowl?
I'm just about to find out. We don't
Yeah.
get time to answer those questions when Kevy's on the mat. We've just got to...
Even if he doesn't count, if he's just out that side behind, he's just about going to count.
You're nearly dead draw.
Oh,
What
what a shot. That's in the count. It's the shot. And it stops them trailing the jack back to their bowls. You couldn't place that any better.
No. I did see a shot like that yesterday evening. We got a photo of it. The doc did one like that. Yeah. So we do have photo evidence of it. So if anyone sees a doc around, ask him for a photo.
He's told everyone. The bowl before that was a wrong bias. He was out here having a roll. He's, for those who aren't aware, he's a non-bowling staff member of ours. And he had a little roll in between sessions, and he put...
Ben going hard.
He just runs into that front one. Yeah, he put one in the car park, one outside on the grass, and one on the jack.
Yep.
And if you ask him the distance now, the distance length of was about 242 metres, I think.
That's right. It started 23 metre length, and it was like that fish he caught the other week. It just kept getting bigger and bigger.
All right. Repeat the dose. Little touch on the Cam's bowl could bring Luke's in as well.
Yep.
Not that he's trying to, but it'd be an extra bonus. What has he got?
Oh, his weight was spot on again.
Take the 2 though. Very, very handy 2. Puts them back in the lead on the section.
That's exactly right.
Yep. They're now 2 shots ahead of Benny Hubba. So the Carroll and Jones match is the rink that unfortunately the 2 names have been rubbed off the board. We believe that Carroll is on the left side, and if that's the case, he's 13 and Jones is 9 after 10.
But that's the way they were written up on the scoreboard, but maybe they rubbed it off because it was round the wrong way. We don't know.
Someone's gone rogue.
Yep.
They didn't get the memo.
No. And Chromie versus Harley is Harley 12-9 in front.
All right, 6 to play here with section winner status on the line. Looks to be that the other game, Shell 14 to Brio 6 after 8. Looks likely that that'll put Brio out of the equation, so it will come down to the result here. Hubba needing to win by 5 or more to go level on shots, and I believe that would be enough based on percentage.
Oh, great start
Tony
by
Schiavello
Tony.
again. He doesn't understand what not getting close means. Anyone would think he's enjoying this.
Yeah, hasn't stopped smiling all game.
Neither's Benny Hubba. Leading like that. And Luke's not far away. They're 2 good bowls. Two good bowls.
Luke's bowled well, but Tony's just been all over it.
He's played 2 good bowls, and I'm tipping he'll be 2 down. This is what specialised leading's all about. When you lead all the time, this is the sort of stuff you can do. Look at this. He's done it again.
He has. More chalk or not this time?
No.
No.
Positive draw here. On what we consider the kinder hand.
He's played this one pretty well, Troy.
Yeah, he's close. Has he got enough run on it? It's going to be close.
No, not quite enough legs. Oh.
Super effort. I think we'll see Maxi having to play his backhand.
If you can stay that side of the line or get back to Luke's bowl, stay the outside of Luke's bowl would be the ideal spot.
Something like that?
Absolutely. No commentators cursed that one.
No.
Predicted it.
Unfortunately, the Cam Keenan bowl fell, which means it'll need extra weight if that's going to come up into the head.
Likes it. He's trotting after it. He's seriously not far away.
He's going to get the inside of his and he wanted it solid or miss it. But he's opened it up for Kev.
Yep. Probably if it stayed upright, it probably would have got a result.
Yeah.
So Max switching back now because that bowl's not in his way.
You want to tidy this up. Beautiful weight for it.
Anyway, around there. Oh, just get across to the line would have been an ideal spot.
Kev's got a nice shot on here.
Yep.
Back him to get this.
Just draw, Troy, or do you reckon he might?
I think he's got
go
to arrive, yeah.
Will he go extra big or not?
I don't think he'll go extra. Okay, he will.
Yep.
And replay. It is the easier shot.
Yep.
You know, it was probably harder to get that maximum. He could have trailed the jack and made 2.
Yep.
But it is a harder shot, and he's got a very good runner on him. Might as well. You know what? I don't like this. Just reset it. Restart it.
Yep. Give Tony a chance to put 2 more on top of it.
That's right.
So Tony's loving it. He's getting these
exactly.
extra ends just to job him on.
Just to make himself look better than he already is.
Exactly.
So it's timed game, 2 1/4 hours. I believe we started at 2 p.m, which means...
We were a little bit later on the stream ring.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So 2:20 is what I'm told on this stream ring. So 2 1/4 hours would take us to 4:35.
Well, great start here by Luke.
4:20, yeah, 2:05. So that makes it better. Yeah, just confirmation from Glenn. So it was 2:05 commencement. So 4:20. So they've got just over an hour to play their 6 ends, which they should get it in comfortably. But you know, if Kevin keeps taking too much time on the mat and wasting time when he's on the mat, then they'll run into trouble. He needs to quicken up on the mat, I think.
That's right. He's taking a few extra seconds that he doesn't need.
I think he took 2.5 last
end.
Yeah,
that's right. 1.5's good enough.
That's unnecessary, yeah. So again, we see Luke with a great opener and Tony beating it.
Yeah,
but Luke might have just got it back.
Yeah, another great reply. Yep.
And he is in Tony's way. But we're not going to see a change because he's playing this hand so well. If he runs into it, he's got 2 good bowls in the head. If he gets around it with good weight, he draws a shot. If he's underneath, he can get the inside of his and get the shot. No need to change.
The way he's bowled, he probably just draws straight around it onto the jack.
Exactly.
Bowled that well in this game. His legs are good. He's going to run, not quite. Oh, his track was spot on.
Yeah. He's going to love you. Not only is he playing well and you're giving him a rap, you've just told him he's got good legs as well. He's going to watch this back and think that Harry's dad, he's all right.
He might be the only one.
No, not on this occasion, Camp. That was the hand that Hubbard was going to call Maxi on. Still going to call him on it. It's not in the way. Only got to get that bowl down.
bowl might be one just to try and move Tony's out of the way or do something with it to give them their next 3 shots better.
He's only just got to lay it down really against the shot.
He might just get under it.
Or just dead draw it. What a shot.
Great shot. Well done, Max.
Sort of all the attention for this side has been on how well Tony's playing, but Max is backing him up well too. He's doing his job.
I've seen so many ends. It's just really good draw bowling. It's at 7 within a foot and all sorts. The weight control on most of them has been fantastic.
Yeah. It's hard to really believe this is a sectional match. It's not a 32. It's not a last 16. It's not a quarter final. This could be the final.
It could be. Yep.
But just goes to show in an open draw, anyone draws anyone. He hasn't drawn another, has he?
No.
No, but he's
That's
passed.
a good spot. Covers right in front of Luke's bowl.
Yeah, very good. What are we going to see from Kev here, Mark?
Or you might say wait.
Wait.
Yep.
They own the back.
You go through Luke's bowl.
Only have one bowl in the heads. Probably the reason why he's elected not to play that sort of big weight. Don't think it'll get
He's
down.
definitely not going to be. He wasn't going to be short.
No, so he has played
weight,
but I think on that backhand, I don't think he'll get anything at that weight. You've either got to play that weight on the forehand or play it a lot softer on the backhand. That Cam Cannonball's just in an awkward spot.
Yeah.
Benny's going to draw another here. Turn that bowl, he'll count. Yeah, that's 2.
Whoa.
It looks good, but the problem is
You cut
your own bowl out and you...
He might just play that control weight to push Luke's between them.
Agreed. If you go big, you're 4 or 5 down, and remembering they don't have to win the game.
No.
You just have to not lose it by 5.
Yep.
So at the moment, you're actually 1 in front.
Yep.
You drop a 5, you're 4 behind. I think, forehand.
Similar weight to his last. His weight would. It only just fell in the jack, but
I reckon I'd halve it.
2 metres on, something like that. Yep.
Okay, they're looking at backhand, but I do like what you're talking forehand, but just playing it with the right weight.
Yeah, forehand, he could use Tony's bowl. He could
Yep.
knock Luke's in. If he's under, he might come right across and hit the blue and fall in and only make it two. Yeah.
Yeah, I like forehand. Because the other problem on the backhand is the bowl on the way in that's not in the count is an opposition bowl.
Yeah.
So if you get that, you'd be 3 down. On the forehand, yes, you can go more down, but you're only going more down if you really overplay the weight.
Yeah.
I think he's playing backhand, though, was the discussion.
Yep.
I think he's looking at the inside of that outside bowl.
Has to be perfect on this hand.
Yeah, it's a tougher hand to play it too. Look, it doesn't come back.
No.
He did drop the weight a bit.
Yeah. It's nearly a draw or drive on that hand. That in between weights, really difficult.
Yeah. So Hubber's drawn 1. Can he draw another? It's not a million miles away. Has he got the speed? Not quite.
Not quite, no.
2 it is.
And that puts Hubber back in front in the section.
Yep, so 6 up on the scoreboard, 2 up in the section. Every one they score's worth 2 because it's -1 for the opposition. And the score next door that impacts this section, Shell 15, Brio 7 after 10. So Brio needed to win that. So it's looking, again, likely that this will be the section decider coming down to the last 5 ends of the match. And at that, we thank you, Mark, for all your insights. And we will have a substitution with Glenn coming back in for 5 really, really big ends in this match as we see Tony Schiavello on the jack again. It's been a cracker, Glenn.
Absolutely has been. Tell me, since I've been gone, has Tony missed yet?
He had 1 bowl.
1 bowl missed.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable.
Oh, it was ridiculous. We've talking during the last game about, or just after the last game at lunch, about what's been the best performance we've seen on the show rink this week, and it started off with Tyson game 1 of the tournament.
Yeah,
mixed
good.
pairs with Marley was awesome, and then the very last game we had today, Brett Marnie put on an absolute clinic.
Yeah.
Gus, who led for me, said, "Oh, did Pidge give you enough highlights there?" And I, you can condense them down to a clip. And I said, "Yeah, the clip lasts 2 hours. It was the entire game." But as far as one of the best leading performances we've seen in a long time, it has to be Tony today.
Yeah, and Luke hasn't played bad. Luke has not played, certainly in the ends I've been watching, Luke's not played bad. Look, he's on the jack here.
Of course. Very interesting section here. While I've been gone, I've been looking through some of the other sections, and right across the 3 host clubs today, there are sections that are down to the wire. Plenty of games between sections where 2 teams are playing in the 3rd game, each with 2 wins. A few of them with some pretty handy matchups as well.
Yeah.
So
The other thing I believe I've worked out, Glenn, if it's a 5-shot margin,
yep,
Hubber winning by 5, that'll get them through because they'll have a better percentage than Kevin Anderson.
Okay. I was trying to do the maths on that one,
So
but I thought it depended on what the total score was for both sides. Because if they both finish at +9...
Yeah, essentially, though, all you need to look at when you're looking at when the margin is equal, whoever has the less shots against will have the better percentage, and that is would be Hubber. At the moment, it's Kev by 2, but if he loses by 5, then that's an extra 5 shots against going on their score. So according to my maths, 5 shots will put Hubber through. So the magic number for Kev is 4.
And no doubt those players have worked that out before the game, what the shot difference was, what they had to work with.
Pretty good here from Cam, just needs to run a touch. This is the best setup they've had, certainly in the time I've been commentating, and given that Tony's been all over the jack, it's probably their best setup in the match so far in terms of numbers, but...
Saying that, it is framed fairly nicely to play that hand that they had throughout the week. Slide under Max's bowl, sit the black and white of Luke Hoskin. If they'd like to play the other hand, can run at that jack through, obviously have catches there.
The only trouble is that he's 3 or 4 down.
Yep.
Other than that, he's got a nice shot on. It's going big, I think.
Yeah, both bowls do go clean. Can get all 3 of the bowls if they like. He's
Jack
close.
could be good. Yeah, we've had a fair few. That's at least, there's 3 dead ends since I've been commentating.
Very swift work from the rink next door to protect their head as well, because that thing rebounded hard.
It only missed the jack next door by about 20 centimetres.
Clean as a whistle. That's one way to respond when you're 3 shots down, Troy.
Absolutely. Kevy's killed a couple.
Kevy, never.
Never. All right, start again.
See, and it's all right that last end was Tony's loosest one that we've seen in a little while because he gets to roll jack start again, and that one didn't count for anything anyway.
Well, that's what we were saying. Every dead end is another opportunity for Tony to put 2 on the jack. Yeah, 2.5 feet, I think, thereabouts. Luke's got to take his chances when Tony gives them to him. He's played good weight here.
Usually hanging out wide on that hand.
Yeah, not far. Come back a little way, but is roughly jack height. Just a yard of weight required for Tony. Expect him to do that with no troubles at all.
And he has.
He sure has. In behind.
Clinical.
Well played. Luke. Has he got the trip? He's got most of it. He's got all of it. What a shot. Couple of big ends from him. Knows the importance of this. Oh, Max just lacking that meter as well. Kev calling Cam just to cover.
Fair enough too. Only one direction that jack's going.
Another dead end next door. Rod Brio. Yeah, very good home. It's pretty close to where Kev wanted it. Change of hands now for Max. He's blocked his path. Down here.
Played just underneath the jack, turned down the black bowl, spit the jack back to Tony's. He's not going to do it with that weight.
Well, if that other hand wasn't blocked, it is now. Gives him 2 at the back. You get the feeling that this is going to go to a last end decider, that, you know, it's going to be around that 5-shot margin going into the last end.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first third of this match, that it was really good of the Hubba rink to get that early margin up there and establish the gap that they needed to work with. From there you can build on it, but that early ascendancy is just that confidence factor that you need to be able to maintain throughout the game.
Not counting, but not making it any easier for Kev to count. I think that one's getting back, Lenny.
Wouldn't have thought so, but he was asking for coverage prior, so I imagine he's still in the same pattern of thought.
Benny can't afford to overplay this. They've got too many bowls out there that'll spit to.
Yeah, Max now asking for Ben to cover the away bowls to stop Kev playing the shot himself.
Yeah, I think Hubba asked about it, and Max has confirmed it. So it's one of those ones where you just say, you know what, one down's not bad. But it's not an easy shot for Kev to get it down there.
No, it's not. But again, the margin's at 6 right now. If you can play this shot for the 3, it brings it back and flips that section standing by springing that jack into that area.
Yeah, the worst Worst result, I think, would be 1 down. Maybe 2 if he got the hubber outside of the hubber bowl onto the jack and Luke's bowl went out, but that'd be really unlucky.
Doesn't have the weight to play what we were
more
thinking
draw
of.
weight, isn't it?
Kevy said it himself right next to us, not quite enough weight to do it.
Take the 1.
Back to a 5-shot margin. Back to all square in the section. Tyson Cromie driving out of his socks.
Bowl and jack launching over the bank, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, heard the rattle of the scoreboard sign as the jack went crunching through it.
And the thud of the, was there a bowl on the bank there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Matt right up.
Some boys from the Royal Club over on that rink that we played against yesterday.
Good jack roll. Just waving it down. Again, erring, you know, missing past is good.
Big change in length here. Only 4 feet over minimum. Be interesting to see how Tony adjusts. He's been on it on every other length.
He's going to get the shot.
Absolute display of leading here.
He's only about a foot away.
We will get a bit quieter on the mics here.
They're very close
Matt
to us here,
is
aren't they?
within about, probably within less than 5 or 6 metres of us as we stand right now.
Not quite, but it's in the knock-up zone. Tony needing to make sure he's underneath, and he's done that, and he's drawn another shot. That's 2 very good bowls. Cam with 2 bowls to sit on here, and his own bowl on the way in. The outside of it would work, Glenn.
Gets the outside, but pokes it through that hole.
Could be second.
What anticipated is. Probably looking to tighten the screws here and get a closer shot. Change up the look of that head a little bit. After a
Run into a bit of trouble, I think.
drastic change in mat position, they are slightly different lines that they're looking for here. Different aiming markers.
Needs to be under this. I'm not sure he is. Cut the outside of his. It won't go too far, but up and back down again. What about this one? Is this one under? I think it is. It's under and shot.
And does
right
not
in
build the
behind.
target at all.
Well played.
Minimum length though.
Wouldn't put it past Kevy going whack here.
Absolutely. He can hit him over 40 metres, so no doubt he can hit him over 22. And if he does decide to do that, watch out every other part of the green. This thing could go through the roof. Close. Gets one of them.
Got the one out plus the one that might have been a measure.
At this stage, Ben Hubbard just needs another bowl on the green.
Yeah, Kevy's got a couple, 2 or 3 seconds. Hubbard's own bowl on the way in. But I think
Pick the gap between the two oranges and get to that black. What a great spot to try and finish in. Valuable there.
2 seconds. Cut the bowl off, get the jack.
Just
a hole
underneath.
for the jack.
The call from Max Goldsmith to Ben is 3 feet less. Trying to add. This dearly focus on Ben Hubbard's face. The Brad Hogg lick lip, tongue hanging out the side.
I think he's done it. Just got to sit on that
Lovely
bowl. Yeah, 2 it is. It's a big end. 7 up, 3 to play. And I believe that's 3 up in the section with 3 to play. Got 3 shots to play with. I'm still running with the scenario that I believe 5 shots will be enough. So 3 up, 3 to play. Time for the Anderson rink to answer. Rink next door is Shell 16, Brio 7 after 11. Don't think they'll be troubling the top of the section.
No, I think the Brio rink needed to win by at least 9 if this was a one-shot game. Or if this was a 5-shot margin and left it all square.
Right.
So while 9 down with 4 to play, they need an 18-shot swing.
So it's mathematically possible.
Yes.
4 5s is 20.
You should be a school teacher or something like that, Troy.
I've been there, done that. Pretty good from Luke. If I'm school teaching, I don't get to watch this outstanding game of bowls.
Oh, come on. Stick a movie on for the kids. Bring this up on the phone behind the desk while they're watching.
What sort of teacher do you think I was, Glenn?
No accusations here. I'm just figured give yourself a bit of downtime.
Mind you, 3:39, the kids have gone home. But we'd be preparing for a staff meeting. Yeah, 2 goodies from Tony again. Needs another one in there. He's done it once. And he's done it twice. Well played, Luke Hoskin. Little touch on the jack. Splitting the 2 Tony Chiavello bowls. Handy effort. Love the weight there from Max. Every bowl so important now.
Cam probably wanting to change this a little bit. It does look like a bit of a training drill as it's set up right now.
He's not far away, Glenn. Yeah, wants it to fall, and it does, and the other one falls. I think we're going to see weight here.
Absolutely. Can get both bowls and kill if he plays the split. If he wants to swing on the backhand, can turn Tony's bowl through the jack.
Okay, they're playing the softer weight. The problem with what we're looking at is if he gutses Cam's bowl, jack goes in the ditch, bowl follows it, and you can't win the end. Whereas if Max can just open this up, they've got the back bowl. It is the harder weight.
But it's a weight that Max Goldsmith plays a lot of from what I've seen of him on the stream before.
Oh, well played. And a toucher.
Toucher as well.
Yeah. Look at this. All 6 bowls within about a foot and a half of the jack.
All 7 even. Cam
Correct,
not far away from here. Can get the bowl through clean.
Oh, that's not their bowl, the
Just
front one,
turned.
but he got a little friendly and fell out. It's another second, though. 4 seconds.
Ben Hubbard, no doubt, having to play the forehand as well. Trail this away. It does look very easy there with that
No, he's got to.
funnel on both hands to play to.
He's got to. He's got the back bowl. He's got to change the head. Forehand, trail the jack. Could play backhand, but forehand generally the kinder side.
Well, so if he plays the forehand and sits his own bowl, all it does is give him a second in the area.
Depends what he does. He might sit that and flop on the front of the jack, which would be a lot better.
He's playing the backhand. Has the trail to Max Goldsmith's bowl. If he does get that jack down and moving. Just a little bit hot on the pace.
I can see the reason for the backhand, but I just feel that the forehand's the kinder side.
Unfortunately, with that weight, didn't turn Tony through any further to make it particularly beneficial
Ideally,
for them.
Kev wants to
The
get
two
maximum,
blues bowl.
the blue with no jack or just all of the jack. Yeah, that'll do. Gives him one, jack in the ditch. Benny Hubbard's got about a metre to draw it.
Josh has been all over it with the replays this week. Brilliant work.
He has. He's going to pan this down so we can see that jack in the ditch.
Jack is sitting just to the right of the centre line, about a foot off the centre line in the ditch
Looks like it's above the L
of Traralgon Bowls Club.
of the L in bowls.
So appears to be a good line. Just a matter of whether he has the weight to get down for the
Oh,
shot.
I think he's got shot here, Glenn.
Is he going to slow down in
Oh,
time?
No, he hasn't. He's just a touch quick. So this is a big, big opportunity here. Kev's got a couple of metres, or just over 2 metres. So you can see that second shot just shy of the 2 metre mark. Nah, the angle's no good.
No. I was just
He's
looking
got-
there to see
yeah,
if Max Goldsmith's bowl was worth anything.
I see what you see, but when he's got 2 metres.
2 metres to draw a second. If he was to
Must.
try and pluck that bowl clean, it's
This-
only worth one more, potentially 2 on a measure.
This is a must, an absolute must.
Has
Yeah,
comfortably done it.
He's done it. Yeah. 2 shots, 2 big bowls from Kev.
Back to that magical 5-shot margin we've been talking about all game long.
This is what we wanted, a real tight tussle. Up and back, 5 the diff, but in the section, they are level on shots. If the game stayed like this, they would be both 2 wins, 1 loss, plus 14. So last 10 going this way, they elected to play short from middle to ditch, and now they've elected to play short from the ditch to the middle. Pretty fair opener from Luke Hoskin. He's been up to the challenge, particularly the last few ends. Yeah, that's a cracker. Tony Schiavello, never far away. There is a hole there. Still a good bowl. So there's only 3 games left on this green. So we've got on rink 1. I think Sharman defeated Walker, 14-7. Rink 2, Hutchison 16, Coleman 10 with 2 to play. Rink 3. Oh, well done. Good, 2 good bowls, Tony.